Give me a few minutes and I'll show you a clean, rules-based way to trade a hybrid signal that fuses MACD, RSI, and EMA into one engine. We'll use buy low, sell high, BLSH, for the momentum condition read, overlay a higher time frame EMA right inside the BLSH pane to create a precise crossover trigger, add Pivot Point Supertrend to lock trend, and use volume with MA to make sure there's real participation. I'm demonstrating on a standard chart in 1 hour time frame, but these rules work on any liquid market and any time frame. Risk to reward is fixed at 1 to 2, so results are easy to compare. I'll add the tools, lock the settings, run the long checklist with an example, then the short checklist with an example, and finish with a fast recap you can copy step by step. While you're watching this, Supernova AI bot is already trading, managing risk, and generating passive profit 24/5 on full autopilot. No experience needed, Myfxbook-verified, up to 15% monthly returns. Don't fall behind. Get Supernova now. Link in the description. Okay, back to the chart. Adding indicators. Open indicators in TradingView. Add Buy Low, Sell High, BLSH, by Zach MCC. Open the BLSH title's 3 dots and choose Add Indicator On. Search Moving Average Exponential and add it. This places the EMA inside the BLSH window for clean crossovers. Add Pivot Point Supertrend by Lonesome the Blue. Add Volume, built in under Technicals. 4 tools, 4 jobs. BLSH combines MACD, RSI, EMA into a single momentum and condition read. The overlaid EMA becomes our precise trigger line. Pivot Point Supertrend defines the higher time frame trend, and Volume confirms that participation is strong enough to push price. Indicator settings. BLSH, Zach MCC. Open Settings, Style, uncheck the first option and the third option you don't need. Then thicken the MACD signal line for visibility and confirm. Reading Rule. BLSH plots a composite region that turns green when conditions skew bullish and red when conditions skew bearish. We only act when color and trend agree and the EMA trigger confirms. EMA, inside BLSH pane. Open Settings, Inputs, Length equals 5. Set Time Frame to the next higher time frame relative to your chart, for example, 1 hour chart to 2 hour EMA. Style, color white and medium thickness. Reading Rule. A crossover of the EMA relative to the BLSH region gives the precise on-off switch. We'll define it in the checklists. Pivot Point Supertrend, Lonesome the Blue. Not going to change any settings. The defaults are best suited for the strategy. Reading Rule. Green with price above equals bullish trend. Red with price below equals bearish trend. This version tracks pivots to keep you in trend longer than the classic Supertrend. Volume, built in. Open Settings, Inputs, Volume MA length. Style, enable Volume MA and set the line to white. Reading Rule. Only trade when the current volume bar closes above its MA and matches the signal direction. Green for longs, red for shorts. That's your participation gate. Execution rules for all trades. Act only on closed candles and execute on the next candle open. For longs, the stop goes below the most recent meaningful swing low. For shorts, the stop goes above the most recent meaningful swing high. Target is always 2R, 2 times the initial risk. If any item is missing at the close, do nothing. Long setup checklist. First, trend and location. Pivot Point Supertrend is green and price is trading above it. You're with buyers, not fading them. Second, crossover trigger inside BLSH. The white EMA crosses up through the BLSH area, while the BLSH color at the moment of crossover is green. That's the momentum shift we want. Third, participation. On the entry bar, the volume bar is green and closes above the white volume MA. When all three are true on a closed candle, you enter long at the next open. Place the stop beneath the nearest swing low and set take profit at 2R. If the BLSH is not green at the crossover or volume is below its MA, stand down and wait for the next qualified sequence. Long example. Trend prints green on Supertrend with price holding above it. Inside the BLSH pane, the white EMA curls up and crosses above the BLSH region at a moment when BLSH is already green. Alignment confirmed. The same bar closes with a green volume bar above the volume MA. Participation is there. Everything lines up on the close, so we buy next open, tuck the stop below the pullback swing low, use a clean pivot, not a tiny wick, and fix the target at 2R. Typical path. A small retest as price leans on Supertrend, then continuation while BLSH stays green and the EMA remains above the region. If the crossover happens during a red BLSH state, skip. Timing is off. Short setup checklist. First, trend and location. Pivot Point Supertrend is red and price is trading below it. You're with sellers. Second, crossover trigger inside BLSH. The white EMA crosses down through the BLSH region while the BLSH color at the crossover is red. That's your bearish switch. Third, participation. On the entry bar, the volume bar is red and closes above the volume MA. When all three align at the close, you enter short at the next open, place the stop above the nearest swing high, and set the take profit at 2R. If BLSH isn't red at the cross, or volume fails the threshold, wait for the next aligned signal. Short example. Bias is down. Supertrend prints red and price rides below it. In the BLSH pane, the white EMA rolls over and crosses beneath the BLSH region exactly while BLSH shows red. Momentum flips bearish. The same candle closes with a red volume bar above the MA. Participation confirmed. We sell next open, park the stop above the bounce swing high, and target 2R. Two common paths. A steady slide into target while BLSH stays red and the EMA remains below, or a snapback spike that tags the stop. Both are part of the profile. The edge is from only taking fully aligned crosses with trend and confirmed volume, and keeping risk per trade fixed. Final recap. Direction from Pivot Point Supertrend. Trigger from the higher time frame EMA crossing the BLSH region in the same color state. EMA up while BLSH green for longs, EMA down while BLSH red for shorts. Participation from volume over volume MA with matching color. Execute only on closed bar confirmation. Enter next open, stop beyond structure, target 2R. If any box is unchecked, no trade. Trade the plan, not the impulse.